Hello, everyone. How are you today? I hope you are good and maybe a little cozy with tea or coffee. Sometimes we learn better when we feel relaxed, you know?
Hi, friends. Welcome back. How are you doing? Tell us in the comments later, okay? Also, Nero, how are you today?
I'm feeling okay. A bit sleepy, but okay. And you, Nina? Feeling good or feeling tired?
I'm feeling calm today. I woke up slow this morning with no rush, so it feels nice. And I'm happy to be here again.
Same. And friends, thank you for coming again. This channel is for real daily English, not perfect textbook English.
Yes, here we speak real life English. And sometimes we make small mistakes, and it's okay. Mistakes are normal when learning. Even we do small, self-corrections.
Right. And if your English is not perfect, don't stress. You are learning. We are learning too. Everyone learns.
So relax, listen, and speak with us slowly in your mind. Oh, and subscribe if you want more cozy English practice.
Yeah, just a small tap on subscribe. No big pressure. Okay, let's start our small conversation for today.
So, Nero, today, what are we talking about? Is it something happy or something serious?
Maybe a mix. Not too serious, not too sad. Just something real about daily life.
Real is good. People learn more from real things. Is it about something you did wrong?
Yes, kind of wrong. Or you can say a failure. You know, when you plan something and it doesn't go right.
I think everyone knows that feeling. So, what is the story?
So, in 2026, I had a small failure. Not a big one, but still a failure.
Failures teach us many things. People usually say, I failed, but in daily life, we also say, I messed up or I didn't do well.
Yes, true. And we don't need to hide failures. Failure is normal in life.
Some people say, I'm a failure, but it's not good. That sentence talks bad about the person.
Yes, better to say, I had a failure or I failed at something, not I am a failure. Because the failure is the thing, not you.
Exactly. For example, I can say, I failed my driving test, but I don't say, I am a failure, because that is too heavy and emotional.
And in 2026, I failed something small. I failed my fitness goal.
Oh, really? What happened?
So in January 2026, I said, I will exercise every morning. But after 2 weeks, I stopped.
This happens to many people. We say a goal, then life becomes busy.
At first, I said I failed my gym, but that was wrong. Gym is not the thing I failed.
Yes, better to say, I failed my fitness goal or I failed my morning routine, because the goal is what failed, not the place.
Exactly. And another natural way is I didn't stick to my routine. I like that one.
Yes, it sounds less heavy. Sometimes we need soft language for daily life. Okay, friends, now you try one. Say a sentence like, I didn't stick to my... For example, I didn't stick to my study plan.
Or I didn't stick to my healthy eating. Try to say it with a small feeling inside. Like a small funny feeling.
So, Nero, how did you feel in 2026 when you failed your fitness goal?
A little disappointed, but also a little funny, because I really believed I would wake up early every day.
Yeah, waking up early is like a secret boss in life. Very difficult.
And you know, I kept saying, tomorrow I will start. But that tomorrow never came.
That sentence is very common in English. Tomorrow I will start. But many times it means I won't start.
Yes, it is like a soft excuse. People don't say the real feeling.
People also say, I'll do it later or maybe next week. These are soft ways to delay.
In daily English, we call this procrastinating, but that word is a bit long for beginners.
Yes, for beginners, we can say, I kept delaying or I put it off. Those two are easier.
For example, I can say, I kept delaying my gym routine, or I put off my exercise plan.
Okay, friends, now you try one sentence. Say, I put off my, but choose something from your life. For example, I put off my cleaning plan.
It feels realistic.
Last summer, I put off cleaning my kitchen for 3 days. On the 4th day, I felt annoyed with myself.
That is a good example. It shows delay plus emotion.
Notice something important. We don't always say, I failed, because it feels heavy.
Yes, we choose soft language, like, I didn't finish it, or it didn't work out, or I stopped doing it.
For example, my plan didn't work out. It feels soft and friendly.
Or I stopped doing my morning workouts. This tells the truth, but not in a dramatic way.
So, in 2026, when your plan didn't work out, did you feel guilty, or did you just say, whatever, and move on?
At first, I felt a little guilty, but later I said, it's okay. I'll try again later.
That is healthy. Many people think failure means stop forever, but actually it just means learn.
Yes, exactly. Failure doesn't mean the end, it means not yet.
Some English learners say, I did a failure, but that is not natural in English.
Yes, I heard that before. Better to say, I failed, or I made a mistake, depending on the situation.
Right. Failed is about goals, mistake is about actions.
For example, I failed my exam, but I made a mistake on question 2.
Okay, friends, now you try one sentence with failed and one with made a mistake. Make it small and simple.
For example, I failed my driving test, and I made a mistake with parking. Both are real and not dramatic.
So, your failure in 2026 was about fitness, right? But was that the only thing?
No. I also failed my money plan.
Your money plan? What plan was that?
I said I will save 10% of my money every month, but I saved like 2%.
I think many people understand that one. Savings are difficult when life keeps asking for money.
Yes, January I saved nothing. February I saved little. March I stopped saving completely.
We can say, I stopped saving completely, or I didn't save money at all. Both are natural.
Yes, and the meaning is very clear. 0 money saved.
For beginners, at all is very useful. Example, I didn't study at all.
Or I didn't sleep at all when you had a bad night.
Okay, now your turn, friends. Make a sentence using at all, something from your life.
For example, I didn't rest at all last weekend if you were busy. Or I didn't relax at all before my exam.
Last year, I didn't sleep at all one night because my neighbor did a party. Next day, I felt like a zombie.
Yes, no sleep makes you feel like a cartoon zombie, slow and confused.
So here is something important about talking about failure in English. We talk about the action or the goal, not the person.
Yes, for example, I am a failure. Too heavy, too emotional. I failed my plan.
Language changes feelings. Soft language makes failure less scary.
When I think about 2026 now, I don't feel sad. I just feel like, okay, that year was practice year.
Practice year. I like that phrase. It feels friendly and gives hope.
Yes, maybe 2027 will be the upgrade year. New version of Nero.
Everyone should have upgrade years. It feels human. Another natural English phrase for this is, I'm a work in progress. It means I'm not finished. I'm still learning.
It sounds positive and soft, not dramatic, not negative.
And we can also say, I'm improving slowly, or I'm getting better little by little.
Yes, little by little is cute. I like it.
Okay, friends, make one sentence with little by little. Choose something real from your life.
For example, I'm learning English little by little, or I'm getting healthier little by little.
So, 2 failures in 2026, fitness and saving money. Was there a third?
Maybe yes. I failed my morning routine.
Wait, wasn't that part of the fitness plan?
Yes, I think it was the same system, but I failed it twice in my head.
That is very human. Sometimes we count one failure as many.
Actually, I was going to wake up at 6 a.m. every day, but after 1 week, I woke up at 8 a.m. again.
Nice self-correction. Small mistakes are okay. We fix them as we speak. Now you try a sentence with a time goal. For example, I was going to study at 7 p.m., but I started at 9 p.m.
Or I was going to sleep at 10 p.m., but I slept at midnight. Very real life.
So when you failed these things in 2026, did you tell your friends about it, or did you keep it secret?
I kept it secret. I only told my notebook.
Oh, so you wrote it down. That is good. Writing helps understand feelings.
Yes, I wrote, I failed my routine, but it's okay. It felt soft and kind.
So look here. I failed my routine, but it's okay. It's kind language. I am useless at discipline, harsh language, not recommended.
In daily English, we like kind language for self-talk. It keeps motivation alive.
Yes, and kind language also makes communication easier. When we speak harshly, conversation becomes heavy. Okay, friends, make one kind sentence about a small failure. Something soft, like, I didn't do it, but I'll try again.
Or, I stopped for a while, but I'm starting again. Choose something real from your life.
Last month, I stopped reading for 2 weeks, but now I'm reading again, little by little.
Nice example. Soft, real, and hopeful. Not dramatic.
So, how did you feel emotionally in 2026 with these failures? Were you disappointed, sad, tired, or something else?
I felt tired and a little frustrated, but also I felt hopeful for the future.
That's balanced. Failure can be frustrating and motivating at the same time.
Yes, it is strange. Sometimes failure gives energy.
In English, these 2 feelings are different. Frustrated, annoyed because something didn't work. Disappointed, sad because something didn't happen as expected.
For example, I was disappointed I didn't reach my goal, and I was frustrated because I kept delaying.
Okay, friends, make one sentence with frustrated and one with disappointed. Small sentences only.
For example, I was frustrated with my slow progress, and I was disappointed I didn't pass the test.
Last year, I tried to bake cookies. They burned and I felt disappointed.
I tried baking too once. My cookies became rocks.
See, these small stories help us use emotions in English.
There's also another soft phrase for failure. Things didn't go as planned.
Yes, I like that one. It feels very normal and not dramatic.
For example, my 2026 didn't go as planned. It doesn't blame anyone.
Exactly. It's friendly language. Good for talking about goals without shame. Okay, friends, now you try. My didn't go as planned.
You can use day, week, month, trip, diet, project, anything. Make it real from your life.
Last winter, my trip didn't go as planned. It rained all week, so I stayed in the hotel.
That is very realistic. Travel loves to surprise people.
I think many people fear failure because of people watching. Like, what will they think?
Yes, sometimes we don't fear failure, we fear the audience.
But here's a language point. In English, we often soften failure with time phrases.
Yes, like, this year didn't work, or that plan wasn't ready yet.
The word yet is so useful. It means not now, but maybe in the future.
For example, I didn't reach my goal yet. This keeps hope alive.
Yes, and beginners should practice yet more often. It changes the feeling of the sentence. Okay, friends, make one sentence with yet. Choose something you are still working on.
For example, I can't speak fast yet. Or I haven't saved enough money yet.
So, in 2026, after all these failures, what did you learn?
I learned that failing once doesn't kill the dream. It just makes the dream slower.
That is a nice way to say it.
Dreams don't end, they just take time.
Yes, and I learned to start small. Not big goals, small steps.
For example, last week I wanted to clean my whole house in one day, but I only cleaned 2 rooms and felt proud anyway.
Yes, that is exactly small steps. Better to finish small than fail big.
Notice how you can talk about failure positively. I only cleaned 2 rooms, but I felt proud.
Yes, only sounds small, but felt proud changes everything. We show emotion and reality together.
And this is very natural English. We speak feelings with facts. Okay, friends, now your turn. Try a sentence like, I only, but I felt.
For example, I only finished 1 chapter, but I felt happy. Or, I only cooked dinner for 1 person, but I felt proud.
So Nero, after all these small failures in 2026, do you feel like it was a bad year?
No, not bad. I feel it was a learning year.
Yes, that is the right way to say it. Learning year equals soft and friendly way to speak about failure.
And also, I learned to forgive myself. Failures are normal. I am normal.
Everyone should learn that. Kindness to yourself is very important. In English, we often soften sentences with, I'm okay, it's fine, I'm learning, I'll try again.
For example, I didn't finish my goal, but I'll try again. It's soft, friendly, and natural.
Yes, and beginners can repeat these sentences daily. It builds confidence slowly. Now, friends, try, I didn't, but I'll try. Make it something from your daily life.
For example, I didn't wake up early, but I'll try tomorrow. Or, I didn't cook breakfast, but I'll try tonight. Friends, my tip for you, failures are small teachers. They show what works and what doesn't.
Yes, very true. And English is the same. Small mistakes teach us how to speak better.
So don't worry if you failed your plan, routine, or anything else. Try again, start small, and feel your progress.
And remember to speak softly to yourself. Kind words inside your mind help more than heavy words. So, what did you learn today? Try telling your day in small sentences with feelings.
Yes, write in the comments one small failure and how you felt. For example, I didn't finish my homework, but I felt okay.
And if you like this video, subscribe and share with friends. We'll see you next time with more real English conversation.
Bye, friends. Keep practicing little by little.
Bye. Stay cozy, stay learning.